Welcome to Cooking with Bee. If it's your first time here, great to have you. If you're a returning viewer, great, thanks for coming back. So in today's video, we're going to be making something called baked French toast casserole. And we tuck some apple slices in between the slices of bread. So this recipe kind of came about kind of by accident. We were making another recipe and I realized that I put too much milk in it. And I had already put eggs as well in the blender. So we took out half the milk, and what else do you make with eggs and milk but French toast? So that's how this recipe came about. So let's go ahead and look at the ingredients. So for the ingredients, we have one challah bread that we've gone ahead and sliced up, pretty decent thickness. You can also use a brioche loaf or an Italian bread. We have 6 tablespoons of butter that we've gone ahead and sliced. We're going to need a little bit of sea salt for that crunch topping that we're going to do. We have 2 pink lady apples that we've gone ahead and sliced up, cored and sliced, so pretty thin. Pink lady is my favorite, so just go ahead and use your favorite apple, or you can switch it up and do a different fruit if you wish, like cranberries. Of course, we're going to need some cinnamon, some nutmeg, some vanilla. We've got half a cup of brown sugar here, and then we're going to need another half a cup later for the topping that we're going to do. We've got some chopped pecans. We've got 3 cups of whole milk. You're gonna want the fat in this to make that custard, so go with some whole milk. If you have 2% milk, what you can do is you can do 2 cups of 2% milk and then a cup of half and half. And then we've got a little bit of Pam to spray our dish down with, and we've got 7 large farm fresh eggs. So let's go ahead and start assembling the baked French toast casserole. So the first thing we're going to do is whisk up our eggs. And you really want to make sure that you beat them really good. Okay. To that, we're going to gently add our milk. What we're building here is a custard that the challah bread will be soaked in and then baked. We've got our half a cup of brown sugar. Careful not to plop it in there, otherwise you're going to get an egg bath. And then we're going to add a good splash of our vanilla. I would say that was about a tablespoon. I have to admit something. I am not a French toast fan. So when this came about, it actually made me a French toast fan. All right, so we're going to set that aside. So we have a nice large baking dish here that we're going to go ahead and just give a little spray to with our cooking spray. And now we're going to start layering in that bread. So you want to make sure that when you're done, everything is nice and well dunked in that custard so that it forms. So go ahead and fit the whole loaf in here best you can. I tend to do a little bit of the bigger slices in the back. Makes it a little bit easier. So there's that. Tuck 2 right here in the middle. Press everything down a little bit. And that's that. Now go ahead and slide those apple slices in. You can do 2, you can do 1, however many you've got. So now we've got all of our bread arranged with those slices, we're gonna go ahead and hit it with some cinnamon. I like a lot of cinnamon, not a lot of people do, so go by preference. And by adding it to the top of the bread, nothing's gonna get left behind in the custard mix that we made. It'll all get blended in. So definitely a good coating of that. And then save this. It's actually going to be going into the crumb topping on top. And then we've just got a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg goes far, so just do a couple dustings of it. And that is good. So with that, gonna need some mussels for this one. So go ahead and give your custard one last stir. Make sure everything is good. And gently pour. Dogs. I found last time what I did was I just took my potato masher and just kind of pressed down a little bit so everything got that milk and egg absorbed. So just take a quick moment to let that soak in. The great part about this recipe is you can actually make it the night ahead, cover it with some foil and put it in the fridge, take it out in the morning, and boom, bake it, you're done. All right, so we're gonna let that hang out a little bit, let it do its thing, absorb more of the bread. Oops. See that? Thank you, honey. Go ahead and clean that afterwards. All right, so we've got our other half cup of brown sugar. Just kind of mash it up a little bit. To that, we're gonna add another, I don't know, a couple tablespoons, a couple teaspoons, I mean, of the brown sugar. We're gonna add 3 teaspoons of the salt. You want the salt to play off the sweetness of the brown sugar, so that's why you add that together. Next thing we're gonna do, put in our, this was a 2-ounce bag, which goes to about half a cup of chopped pecans, which are pecans and walnuts are definitely my 2 favorites. All right, so we've got that all mixed together. We got our French toast. We got our bread soaking. So now for the final 2 steps, we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle on our nuts and brown sugar mixture. Generous with that. So now we've got that whole mixture on, and now what we're going to do is we're going to dot it with our 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We've already put salt in with the brown sugar, so we don't want any more unnecessary salt. So go ahead and just place these around, and then with the combination of the brown sugar, it's going to form a nice crunchy crust. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this into our oven. It's been preheated at 375 degrees for about 40-45 minutes until it all sets. Be right back. Welcome back. So the apple baked French toast casserole has been in the oven for 45 minutes and 375, and you have to smell how incredible the house is filled with those yummy, scrumptious flavor smells of the baked French toast. So we're gonna look at it and see what it did. As you can see, it almost doubled in size, and you've got this awesome, crunchy, crispy goodness on top. That's all I can think about with the brown sugar and the butter. And the bread just soaked in all of that custard, and the apples just got nice and wilty and melty. So let's go ahead and attempt to cut out a small piece and not burn my face off while I try it. I want to make sure I try and get a little bit of everything. Perfect. Make sure I get all those bits. How incredible does that look? Seriously. Let's go ahead and do our taste test. So you can add some powdered sugar if you wanted. You can add some maple syrup. Totally up to you. I'm going to go ahead and try it first and see if I need to add anything. Ooh, that apple stayed a little crisp. That's why I like the Pink Ladies. Okay, so I got a little French toast, a little bit of apple, and that crumb topping. Yummy. Seriously. Amazing. I can't even tell you. And like I said, I'm not a French toast fan, so this is the least French toast thing you can have. So, gotta sneak one more bite in. So thank you again for joining me, or welcome. If you like, please like and subscribe. I would love to hear some of the comments of what you may have added, what you may have changed up, if you used a different set of seasonings, add some clove, add some different warm spices to this, and what fruits you add. So make sure you comment so that I can hear how you guys are doing. So thank you again. Look forward to seeing you guys again soon, where we'll make another nummy family recipe. Be well.